Also, let me know what you're feeling on Game 7. Our guy JP's leaning the Heat. Crazy Game 6, Wham Bam. I mean, to the motherfucking end, homie. To the motherfucking end. A double dribble, some bull ass shit, always something. Right to the motherfucking end. Talk about Game 6 a little bit, and let's definitely talk about Game 7.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was such a crazy game, bro. Obviously, I was right on the under. Under seems like that's still the trend here in these tight closeout games. Teams start to tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we've seen in that last game. They didn't get they went under the total. But I mean that putback, man, a legendary putback, man. Like, dude, like Derek White in the right spot, right spot at the right time. That was a clear win for the Miami Heat that they just let fall through their hands. Slipping that out your hands, you tend to just go the opposite way off top, not alone losing 3 consecutive games.
Right.
I don't think they have lost 4 games straight, though. I don't think they lost 4 games straight all year, if I'm not mistaken. I could go back and double check that, but I don't think that they're one of those teams that we're gonna just see them fold. And if everyone's doubting them, that's when I want to bet them. When everyone's doubting them, that's when I want to bet them. So the last game, everyone's doubting them. They covered, but they didn't win. I think in this game today, it might be similar. Might be similar, for today. But as far as last game, I think it seems like it would have been demoralizing if they didn't have the right guys around, right? The fact that they got those guys around, and after that game, like, you see Jimmy Butler smiling, continue to smile after all 3 of these games, getting his ass. Well, every game he comes up here smiles like, does he have the script and everything has been on a point? You know what I mean? He has his like laminated on his refrigerator or some shit, and
It's
he
so
knows
true,
what's
bro.
going on. You
It's so
know,
I see the post game. I see him in the post game. I'm like, didn't this motherfucker just lose? I swear to God, bro. I
you
thought this.
know
I
what I
thought that
mean?
shit 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times. He's a cold cat. He is a cold cat.
He, even fucking Spoelstra, even
No,
Spoelstra,
yeah. Well, hey, that's what I
mixed
want to talk about.
attitude,
Thank you for bringing
mixed
that up. Now,
attitude.
Spo lightly guaranteed. Like he said, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it. So he's saying they're going to Boston and winning Game 7. Now, obviously, he's saying that to his team, but to
Right.
say that to the media,
That's
to say that.
uncharacteristic, right? When you
Mhm.
say Dutch, like I know we watched Spoelstra from the time that I was doubting him like a motherfucker, like he don't deserve the spot, to now
Right.
like, oh yeah, he the best coach that I've ever seen come out of nowhere like this, like for sure. I mean, this is definitely uncharacteristic. Don't you agree, bro?
Absolutely, bro. I looked at that shit and I kind of just stared at it for a minute, like, wait, is this ball sack? Is this what because they always trying to trick your ass on that shit. So he said it. He said that shit. So yeah, I don't really like that. I think that's a bulletin board for Boston. I think, you know, I do think 8.5 was pretty juicy. It's down to 7 now. Right after that tip, I went right on BetMGM. It's 5. It was 8.5. Eight and a
Yeah.
half Miami. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Now you're getting down to 7. But my first thought when I seen that 8.5 was everybody's going to be betting Miami and Boston's going to run these boys out the gym. I don't know. I just felt that was my first instinct is they pulled it. They kind of punked them in Miami. They really did. Go ahead, Cab. Let's lean into your play. I know you're very excited about this Game 7, as all. But for you, you fuck with the NBA and you're very, very profitable when it comes to the props. But I know you're a little extra motivated for this evening. Talk about it, my man.
Talk about it.
Well, when you do though, stop. Yep, there you
I
go.
got it. That wasn't even long enough to even say anything. We're just gonna move on. All right. So look, I pay attention to everybody knows like the three props very closely. Okay, and what I've bet tonight, it's a little bit juicy, but you couldn't even bet this last game, the game before that, or probably any other game this entire fucking year because it would have been minus 170 or more. All right. Brown has been so cold from deep, and Tatum has been so cold from deep that I parlayed both of them to have over 1.5 threes, and it's minus 125. That's it. I need 2 threes from each of them. 1 or 2 from Tatum, 2 from Brown, and I'm out. And I think even though they've been struggling, I'm going to cash this. I'm so confident. I don't usually say like I'm betting extra. If I do, I keep it to myself. Go ahead, however you want to track it. I track everything 1 unit, but say this is a 2 unit play because I've got more action today. I've got action on the diamond that we'll talk about in a little bit. So for this 2 units, and I don't ever say that shit. I'm going to get 2 threes out of both these guys at home on their own gym. Let's go. I mean,
yeah, man. All right, Bam Bam. You in the prop game, so touch on that. Touch on that right now, and then let's talk about what you're on.
I love the way you try to make it simple. It's one of those things. Keep it simple while you're in this type of game. Don't try to do too much. You want to do that, especially when it's one of these high type games. Like it's a high level type of basketball we're gonna be seeing here. So, I mean, for me, as far as the props, I agree with everything he said. You know what happened last game? Me and yourself, Dutch, we was on the show with our guy Ski and Babano. We called who was going to be in the starting lineup. I think he's not going to change. I think it's going to be Caleb Martin again to try to save the day. We have 15 fucking rebounds, something that nobody's talking about, how he's crashing the board and being that crazy active towards the boards. I like his rebounds here. Nothing that I made official, but officially I do like the over 15.5 points. And then I'm on the under brand. I think the under 204 is what I got at 203.5. I'm mad at you. I think the under is still in play. We've seen how this game sevens period. I mean, throughout this playoffs, last playoffs, they just continue to go under. It's a tight-knit type game. Last game was able to go under. The guys are going to be able to shoot still. I think that Dabby's going to be able to hit those props, and it's still going to go under. So I'm on the under, though. So as far as the props, I have to take a back seat because I think the under is the best play. Under 204 is the play I put.